Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Happy Thursday. Oh, man. It's a day. It's a good day. It's a good day. I mean, I say mostly it's a good day, even though it's a Thursday, not a Friday. Tomorrow I got no meetings, and I'm excited. I'm excited about days of the no meetings. But otherwise, anything exciting happened yesterday? Well, I didn't rework everything, so I mean that's good. I haven't figured out how I want to change absolutely everything again, so you know. That's positive. I'm also realizing that I'm right now a number 8, checking power up number 18 out of 48. I'm looking at the number in front of me. I'm realizing, oh, there's a lot of power ups I still need to check and make sure work. Oh, I broke things. And that's okay. Other than that, if you guys haven't seen, I no longer get emails. YouTube no refuses to send me emails. And I don't know why. I don't like it. But, you know, just means I have to actually manually go and check for comments. Which, you know, kind of sucks. It is what it is. But the plans for today are we continue our improving our power-ups, maybe making things stronger, better, or betterer. That's the plan. We're at 18. 18 out of 48. Now, visually, it looks like it's further down, but I mean, it's not quite half, and mathematically, half is like here, so it's like it's not far from here. Maybe it's the way my monitor's angled, but the top half looks bigger than the bottom half. Anyway. The next one we have to do. Next one we have to do is Last Stand. When you take lethal damage, gain instead blank seconds of invulnerability and set health to blank. Now, it is blank percent, so you regain a certain amount of health. Let's do a little buff to this. Let's do 50 is cursed. Why can't I click up? Or I can click up, but can't click down? The hell? Why can't I click down? Why is down not work, but up goes up? Okay, Unreal. That's fine. Let's do 15, 20, 25. I mean, I guess that's fine. That's fine. 20, 25, 35. Probably better. Okay, but if you take lethal damage, instead gain blank seconds of invulnerability and set max health to blank. And then it is unstackable, which is intentional. And then we could say, well, it's unstackable, so it makes sense that you wouldn't get multiple. Hey, Blue Seeker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right, So far, so good. You know, we'll see how I ruin it. because I will. This is not additive. This is not additive. Yeah, this is just full unstackable. Yep. So we can check that. This should be relatively simple to check, thankfully. Last stand. Where is it? 35%. Kill me! Kill me! Kill me faster! So how are you guys doing? They're gonna take their sweet time killing me, it seems. I really should. I probably at some point will need to reallocate the damage enemies do. Now, for now, most of them do like 5 damage per hit. Some probably should do like a lot more damage. Some probably should do a lot less damage. But okay, I need to just. Okay, you know what? Okay, kill me, and then next time I need to test something, I'm gonna probably add myself like a debug hotkey to just just kill myself because this is taking too long. Come on, just 2 more hits. Oh, you missed. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to fix their attacks. I had to pick the one enemy that misses occasionally. Please. There we go. Okay, I'm invulnerable. And I have, yes, okay, good. And I got 35% health. Good, good, good. Okay, it worked. The only thing is, I'm thinking maybe I also increase the duration of invulnerability. So, let's say 20, 15, 10. Hey, Johan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, they disabled comments on YouTube. Wonder what happens to your comments? Now makes sense, thanks. What do you mean? What happened to your comments? The only thing they changed is I don't get emails about them. That's been since, I guess, like about a week ago, I think is when it started. I know something was wrong, but I couldn't figure out why. I finally looked further into it, and that's why. But what happened to your comment? Something wrong with it? This is unstackable. Why is it unstackable? You know what? Let's stack it. Let's have a speed boost be stackable. Is it gonna be that bad? Let's find out. No, I think the stacking speed boost is completely fine. You'll be able to get away from them faster. Oh yeah. Oh, you have a channel. You started wondering where the emails. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why they did that. It makes no sense. Like, okay, if you don't want to like have it on by default, for example, sure. But why just disable the option? Like, give people the option. If you don't want to send it to everyone, give people the option. Because, you know, there are channels that absolutely, like, just, you know, I'm definitely, I know, in the minority where I try to reply to everyone, right? At least in the base message, I try to reply to everyone. I finally found the option where I can get notified about replies as well on my comments, so I think I turned that on, so I should be able to actually see when people reply to me as well. But like, it sucks. I don't like it. Yeah, I know I'm the only one of the only ones that actually reply to everything, but I use it because of that. That's how I do it. It's through the email. They also deleted the tweak. Try to find your screenshot in the profile. Nowhere to be found. It's not a tweet. It's a reply. It was a reply to a chain. It wasn't like a direct tweet. So no, it wasn't deleted. It probably doesn't show up because it's a reply. Yeah. If you search under the replies, you'll probably find it. Because I literally, I mean, I took the photo, took the screenshot, you know, like an hour ago or something like that, you know. So, yeah. It is what it is, I guess. We live with it. We live with it. Thanks to me, you know, yeah. I mean, generally, like, I was trying to find, like, settings. Like, I was going through my settings. I was, like, wondering what's up. I think I even asked Grok at one point, like, how do, like, I stopped getting emails, like what's up? But I think I asked probably before it had that information from the YouTube message, because it didn't tell me about it, because I asked it like a week ago, like as soon as it happened, and they probably didn't send that message, the tweet yet, and so it didn't know. And then today I was like I want to fix it, and then it was like, okay, the YouTube actually tweeted, here's the reply, here's what's going on. And I'm like, shit. I don't like this. Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. We're talking about YouTube on Twitter. As in, about YouTube, and the message was on Twitter. That's why. So yeah, it is what it is. YouTube's crappy notification system regarding comments, replies, likes. No, the notifications are fine. It's the lack of emails now. I don't know why they removed it. It boggles the mind. By the mind, I mean my mind. It boggles my mind why they decide to remove it. But it is what it is, I guess. Yay! It works. But yeah, because I like past few days, like I felt bad. I was like why is my emails not coming in? I'm getting notification. I'm clearly getting comments. Like I'd like to reply to people as always. So it's like, nope. So now it's just gonna take longer to reply to people. But that's why I posted like on everywhere. It's like, hey, sorry, out of my hands. Your YouTube will sometimes send you notifications about replies. Other times it doesn't do it in the notification inbox on the page. It depends on your settings. If it's like a reply, you can tell it to send you notifications for reply specifically or not. But I wasn't using the notification stuff. I was using emails. Because that's the most convenient way for me. Because I don't really... A notification doesn't help me that much. It is what it is. Hey Leo, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. The hobby will soon be free. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you threatening to give Dobby a sock? Don't do it. You don't know what Dobby has done. Oh man, did you put it in your 2 weeks? Oh, did you put it into your 2 weeks? Do we get to celebrate? It lumps regular comments and replies into the same option, right? Yes. Yeah, exactly. It lumps everything into the same notification. You can't filter it, unfortunately. No, they'll not get to. Did you quit, Leo? Wait, so you quit? Is it worth the day I try Houdini on stream? I mean, I had Houdini for a while. My license expired, I'm pretty sure. I didn't renew it. I had like an indie license for 2 years that I paid for, and I never used it really. The problem with Houdini is just it's hard to get tutorials for it, for like the stuff I want. Houdini does so many things that if you want to search for specific, like to learn specific things with Houdini, it's very hard. You use the free version? Yeah, but I want to also use it with Unreal specifically, and for that you need I think the first tier at least. You're going to quit as soon as they send you your paycheck? You're not under contract, they can burn? Oh, there you go. Best of luck. What sort of things would I like to do in Houdini? You can narrow it. I want to understand procedural modeling. Like, I want procedural modeling for dummies. Like, here's a node. Like, I have a cube. Now what do I do? Right, I want procedural modeling for dummies, basically. Where it explains node by node, what are all these nodes? How does this work? What is the logic? Because things are called differently. Like, merge points, I think, is called weld. If you don't know that it's called weld, then you're just not going to be able to find what you're looking for. Because you're going to be searching for merge, and you're not going to find anything. Or search for vertex, you're not going to find it. Because things are just called differently in Houdini. And it's just... that makes it very difficult to find it. Because it's the same things, but just called differently. So fuse, see, it's not even weld, it's fused. Like, no other program uses the word fuse for that. Yeah, so I didn't see why I even got it wrong. You memorize the nodes? I don't care enough to memorize the nodes. I'm a smart guy? That's debatable. That's very debatable. Oh dear God. I don't think that's working the way I should. Oh dear God. Did you see how fast he got? Hold on. I was gonna see that again. So let me get one of them. So I have two. If I get multi-hit, what do I have right now? I have this. So I think something is just not quite working correctly with it. Hey Jonathan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. define what a design revision is it different than the global definition? Oh, gotta love that. I had a there was someone I worked for in the past whose definition of draft was final product. And they're like, when will you have the draft? I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty quick. Or like, it'll take this amount of time. And they're like, well, what? You're missing so much. Like, it's a draft. It's not final. Why would it be? If it's final, then call it final. A change of color, is that a revision? Well, anything that makes a change is a revision, yes. If it's changing something, it is revising something, it is, yes, it is. What? Or like a prototype? Doesn't matter. If it's changing something, it's changing something. What is changing or how much doesn't matter. That can be decided like, oh, how big of a change is it? But it's still changing something. You need not say more. And they have lost the plot. They want 1 + 1 = 3. I mean, they can want a lot of things. And maybe they'll find someone who can give them 1 + 1 = 3. But yeah. What do you do actually, Leo? Like, you say you wanted to go into motion graphics, I think you said? Or motion design, rather? But like, is that like your major? Is that like what you do normally? Because I have no idea. If you feel like sharing. You don't have to. Let me. So what's going on here? Here, it goes to enable orbiting orbs. It checks if I have it. If I do, it should destroy all the components. And it does. The moment they said that, another person that isn't a graphic designer will now just define what a revision is. You're like, I'm out. Oh yeah. Yeah. You want to learn motion design, but you're a graphic designer. You do logos, business cards, flyers, letterheads. Oh, got it. Social media stuff, banner stuff. Anything involving 2D vectors. Interesting. Do you have a portfolio? Send me a link to your portfolio. If you have a portfolio, send me a link. I'm curious to see. Hey, good guts, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. And image manipulations. Ah. So you are the one who photoshops everyone online. Guts, are you reading back like all the way to the beginning? I'm so glad you picked up Unreal over a year ago. You spent so much time on materials. Yeah, it's Unreal's so good. So good. And the problem has to be probably here. It's a Dropbox link, but whatevs. For show reels / demo reels or anything like that, I recommend posting it on a video platform. And if you want it to not be like visible to everyone, like make it unlisted on YouTube, or you can make it private and stuff like that. Would recommend. Yeah, if you're doing that kind of stuff, are you then doing the motion graphic stuff in Unreal? Have you looked into that? Just curiosity. Two. And then I do this. And I get 66. How did we go from 2 to 66? Oh. Am I getting the wrong... Is it the wrong multi-attack value? Ah. Yeah, I'm just getting the wrong value. That's what's going on. I'm just getting the wrong value over here. Just one of those. Emotion design in UE5. That's really cool. When you do play with it a bit, I'd be curious to just learn how it is. I would love for the motion design stuff to be available like in 3D, like not just like inside of its own thing, but like you could put it in the world. That'd be so cool. Yeah, send along. Send me some of your stuff. Just DM me. Thank you. Houdini is also growing in motion design community. Houdini does everything. A lot of people are like, oh my god, PCG is getting bigger and bigger. It's like, you know, it's really coming for Houdini. No, it's not. PCG to Houdini is like a water droplet compared to an ocean. Yes, PCG is amazing. I love it. But you cannot compare PCG to Houdini. You know, it's like awesome, I appreciate it. Send me your graphic stuff. Yeah. Anyway. We might talk. Yeah, Houdini is so powerful. So good. So good. You know what I just realized? Multi-hit shouldn't affect everything.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
If it's not a melee attack or a projectile, it shouldn't be reducing your damage. And right now it is. I just now I had that realization where why am I reducing damage over time and anything else if it's yeah, appreciate it. Dude, I'll check it out after the stream. Oh, you do Houdini content, Johan? That's why you want to push. Get me to do Houdini. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me. No. We're gonna see this one right now. Enjoy the quote unquote free advertising. What do we got? Oh, this looks like one of my old buildings that I made them in Long Cathedral in oh, okay, hold on. So this is, I mean, maybe your stuff is actually what I'm looking for. Looking at it real quick. I just order by popular. Whenever I go to a new channel, I usually go by, I sort by popular to see what's there. And then I go by latest to see if it's changed. Yeah, and modeling is what I want to. Okay, hold on. Do you make a pineapple? Oh, well, it's a minute and a half. You don't show how to make a pineapple. No, not a step by step, I mean. Well, you do sort of. You gotta use more playlists. Here, procedural buildings in Houdini. Let's see. See that right there. Or was it? Just go back to the moment. This right here is insanity. Is Houdini free? It has a free version, but then you can't really do much with it. It's there for learning. I think it's like a free version for learning. But dear God, this as a graph is like I'm fine with Path of Exile. You know, the Path of Exile skill tree does not intimidate me. If you've never seen it, the Path of Exile skill tree, by the way. This is the Path of Exile skill tree. This does not intimidate me at all. This does. So you don't create it step by step. Yeah, a lot of tutorials are like this, where that I found are like, okay, here's the big graph that does all this. I'll go through them. Most of them are step by. I had to pick the one that I wanted that is not step by step. I see. I swapped off of it because that was too simple. I mean, I guess even this. What's the latest? I mean, I'll probably check it out at some point. Assuming that I can't tell if you explain everything, but assuming you explain everything, sure it'll be fine. It definitely seems like it's up my alley in terms of like the content being about modeling, which is what I want to do. You might have to use the fancy Google. Oh, you mean like Grok? The first mistake was saying skill tree. It's like a skill forest. I don't know. Path of Exile is not a skill forest. It's like a sapling. You know, it's a sapling. Yeah, let's see if this is fixed now. Yeah, it's fixed now. Okay. So, if we go back to... Yeah, it works. Okay. Oh, Houdini's free. We just went over this, Leo. Like, if you want to just learn to use Houdini, it's pretty sure it's free. Yeah, right there. Download free Houdini Apprentice. It can be used by students, artists, and hobbyists to create personal, non-commercial projects. All of the features you want, and lets you save on disk and render out with watermark. So this one, I didn't. When I was, trying to get one, I didn't do this because this one didn't allow you to also work with Unreal, because you couldn't export basically. That's why I got the one up that I paid for 2-year license that I never used. But yeah, it's free here. I'll send the link. Yeah. And again, so powerful. Product's so powerful. At some point, I want to definitely learn it. There are certain things because if you procedurally model something in Houdini, you can bring it into Unreal, and there's just a plugin that works with it. And the same settings you can expose basically in Houdini to then do stuff in Unreal. So if you have a setting that just increases the amount of floors, you can just use it to increase the amount of floors. And in a previous project that I did, when I was working at a previous company, one of the environments we had a Houdini artist and me doing the environment basically. The Houdini artist was just making procedural buildings. And just exposing all the controls and then exporting them in the not NDA. I forget the format. It's the format that allows it to work inside of Unreal with a plugin. And basically then HDA, thank you. And welcome in, Nash fan. It was going through HDA and basically in Unreal we could be like, oh yeah, this building is actually wider, this one's narrower, we want this one to be taller, this one, because you just randomize the scene, you just get different variation because some of them need to be destroyed and we didn't want them all to be destroyed the same, so we just generated them that way. And then what we did is, because they're just big buildings, how do you texture big buildings easily? Well, a couple ways. One, you can use world position, you can use world position textures. But to make it easier also, when it's actually saved it and baked it down to static meshes, it would separate it by material, making it very easily to just grab all the glass, all of this, all of that. And then it ended up being few meshes because all the buildings were combined effectively, and it needed to be separated because we were doing light baking. And so it couldn't stay as one big static mesh, or it wouldn't have the light map resolution, basically. So it wasn't even for the textures that we did it, but yeah. So Houdini, very powerful. We were using Houdini for a while. Wish it was not yearly. Wish it was not yearly. Oh, you use it once a year these days? Is that what you mean? Radial burst. Hold on. Why is radial burst in this section? Oh, because it reduces damage. But this also needs to do melee and projectiles only. Okay, so what I need to do, because we can just set this up right now, is... Oh, we only have the attack Do we not have the attack info here? Okay, we need to get the attack info. Because we want to make it so we can filter out attacks based off of if it's a melee projectile or dot / spell, etc. And then dot damage, or the orbs should go... The orbs get increased the quantity. So they'll still be a projectile. But this won't affect dots anymore, which is great. Yes. It all makes sense. All makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go use Houdini at some point, right? At some point in time, I will go and use Houdini. When that will be, I could not tell you. But oh, if I pass this through, then I don't need the damage dealer. Because I just get the damage dealer from here. Do I use damage? I do. Promote to local variable damage dealer. Oh. Damage dealer local. You know what it is, but you feel good about starting motion design? Feel like you'll be able to use it a lot more in the future? Motion design, absolutely. I think, if you do like even graphic stuff, yes, AI is taking a lot of that to a degree, but even then, like a good artist for one of those is like worth its weight in gold. Blender's pretty good for modeling and rendering. Oh yeah. Blender's fantastic. And I finally found the freaking UV plugin that allows me to unwrap in a single axis. Oh, finally. So now, like at work, I'm like, if I get anything new projects, it's gonna go into Blender. It's no longer going to my... It's... The last hiccup for me for like swapping to Blender was the UVing. The UVing process wasn't as good. Now that I found the one tool that I use all the time, it's so good. So good. Reduce also to in tandem learn modeling in Blender to make stuff like product package designs using Unreal. So like perfume bottles or energy drinks or whatever the case. Blender is going to be a good use tool for you for stuff like that. Because you'll be able to do things in perspective much more easily if you know how to render something relatively simple in Blender for your stuff. Hey, Turning Cog, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hello, Cry3D. Welcome, welcome. What's the V icons on the blueprints? That means it is a local variable. if I get damage dealer, this will be an F. F means it's coming from the function. V is a local variable. Now, why is V a local variable? I don't know. I'd assumed it would be like L for local, but I don't make the, the choice on that one. This is since 5.5, I want to say. 5.4, 5.5, sometime around then. You got introduced. So relatively new. Relatively new. He started blasting off rockets. Must be America Day. Oh, I don't have any of that here. No rockets here. Everyone's keeping their fingers here. You're saying 5.2 and 5.3 for your projects? I'm sorry. Why are you still on those? They're quite old now. Especially 5.2. Like maybe 5.3 if you guys do, like, if your studio doesn't want to like pay money if you're not doing games. But 5.2? Salute to Paul. I wish I could. Here I am in Canada. I have to work tomorrow. It's unfortunate. Oh, actually, here, I want to also get in the receive damage info. Because I need access to that. Is the latest version of Unreal worth upgrading to? 5.6 is amazing in terms of like upgrading. So much more performance. I mean, if you have a massive project, I can understand why you wouldn't want to potentially upgrade. But it's been good. It's been good. You know, if you do stop updating Unreal Engine around the for project stability, yeah, but for long term, right? It's definitely better for stability to not update, but you do miss out on stuff. And if you can't update, I still would. Personally, if your project is like massive, right, then I wouldn't, obviously. Because it just becomes more of a headache. But especially if you have a lot of C++ stuff. If you have a lot of C++ stuff, I definitely can understand not upgrading. But if you don't, then I definitely would. Because obviously for C++, you probably need to update like all your code to, to work with it. Go. Let's do one of these. So now here, We can get receive damage info, break it, find out the attack type, and then switch on attack type, and only do this if it is melee or a projectile. There we go. Yeah, it depends how you do it, Leo. It is possible to change your project version without going through that menu at all. Because you can just right-click on your project file and just select change which version Unreal opens, and then it doesn't deal with any of that. How would you approach creating AI in Unreal Engine in the context of a card game? We've never made AI using behavior trees. I feel like that won't be needed. In terms of a card game, well, you can use state trees. I would look into state trees, which are kind of the newer version of behavior trees. State trees can just do things like even just do like dialogue. It can do whatever you want. You could even put it on the player, not even on specifically AI. Look at the state trees for stuff like that. And then it depends on what you want to do with it, really. Yeah, you can put state trees on object, you can put state trees on anything. It doesn't require the AI component. Like my my characters, they don't have AI perception. Don't need it. But they have state tree logic. That's how I do it. State trees can turn into a rat's nest if you are not careful. I mean, so can anything. You saw that they're using state trees to drive motion design logic as well. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's very good. I'm quite pleased with state trees. There's some stuff that I wish they, implemented from behavior trees still. We're still missing some things like what's it called? Cooldowns just being built in, so things of that nature. But yeah, state trees are the way to go. Then you can have your entire logic basically there if you wanted to as a component, and then like you can tell it, you can effectively send dispatchers that will tell it to go somewhere else. I mean, obviously for things something like that, you'd also probably want to use just a bunch of functions to do a bunch of calculations first, depending on what you want to do. If X, then Y, etc. You gotta figure out the logic. Once you figure out the logic, setting it up will be much easier. But you gotta figure out the logic that you want, because that is the most difficult part, I think. Okay, piercing. Let's see if this still works. Yep, that only goes through one enemy. And then it explodes on the second. And if I gave myself the better piercing, it should go through everyone. Yay! Okay, piercings works. Great. Yeah, it's going through both. Good, 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 good. So we don't have to worry about that one. Thank goodness for that. Next. Homing. Oh, right. Homing ID. Oh, yeah, I turned off. I need to reattach the homing thing. Because my melee no longer has the homing effect. Does my projectile have a homing? Hold on. I think my projectile's not homing either. Why is the projectile not homing? Nothing's working on homing! Good job, me! I broke everything. Don't worry. I break everything as normal. It's normal for me. Good job, thank you. Thank you very much. Homing shots. Or force hoping. And the only actor is valid. So this should be true. Let's go, let's turn this on for duration. And we'll see if this is working. Because maybe it is homing, but just the, right, so we don't have homing now. Let's turn on homing. We'll turn on the biggest one. Oh, it's really just homes in. Oh, okay, we gotta extend the length of that. That's this? Oh no, this is not that big. No. This is just the parent of other stuff. You should see my characters. You see the characters in the... Okay, what we need to change though is on homing. The distances are not far enough. We're to home enemies within way too small of a range. Let's do 2,000. 1,500. 500. Sorry, 1,000. 500. Oh, actually, I might need to change how this is working. I'm just realizing.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I need to increase the width of this circle. Because you'd think it would also go sideways at the very least. More. So we gotta change the change a bit. But yeah, there's a lot in this game, Johan. So yeah, there's a it's, you know, it's slightly large. Just a tip. Just a bit. But yeah, that's just the projectile. This is the base projectile. So right, we're setting whether or not something has the cleave ability, something has piercing, homing, and then based on homing, it has cleave or not. Some effects that happen in projectiles. Obviously, the on hits or on overlap stuff, the impact effects, the on hit effects, the sound effects, or damage dealing, destroy event. There's, you know. You thought blueprints were crazy? Nah, blueprints are simple. Blueprints are simple. You take this yellow line and you connect to the yellow thing. You can take this white triangle and you connect it to the other white triangle. You take this blue line and connect it to this blue line. Or blue dot to blue dot. And basically you got blueprints. Sometimes you can do crazy things like having a green line and a yellow line in the same one. I know. Mind blown. And sometimes a blue line will turn into a yellow line. Okay, so I think we need to increase the radius here. Radius needs to be bigger because it just doesn't make sense. To this day, one of the traces that I always want to do, that Epic, if you're ever listening, please, I want to trace in a cone. Okay? Give me the option of tracing in a cone shape. Please. That's all I ask. It's so many things would be better and easier if we could just trace in a cone. Thank you. That is all. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's better. So yeah, so now if I'm like way off, obviously it won't trace onto them, but I need to be less exact on where I click. It will trace onto them. Obviously it has AoE, so that's why multiple of them are taking damage. Hell yeah, that feels a lot better. Honestly, why are you moving? Why is it that every time I think this is fixed, it's not fixed? God damn it. Why? Every time. And also we can make that bigger. That radius will get bigger if we have cleave. So if we actually get... Where's cleave? Cleave. If I got all of them, and then I got a homing. So maybe homing is a little bit too big. Now I think about it, if it's without cleave. We'll go back to homing. I mean, honestly, even with cleave, no, that's fine. I think that's great, honestly. God damn it. Why? Why won't you die normally? Have a good one, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your learning adventures. But you know what? I think that's a lot better. The distance is better. Actually, let me check quickly the tier 1 version of homing just to make sure that it's fine. The tier 3 I think is fine. Oh yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, that's gonna feel a lot better to play with homing. Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Homing done. Next. What's next on the list? Glass cannon. Well, that's easy to check. This stacks. 82.5. I still took 5 damage though. Well, that's not right. Damn it! Why are so many things broken? It should be 82.5. This is 450%, so it'll be 550 times 15. 82.5, yeah. This will be a decimal point here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it's 5.5. Yeah. Because that math checks out. What doesn't get checked out is the damage received. So let's go back to here. What's going on here? Point blank, if you build aura, elite snipe, no. Glass cannon. Now, why are we checking the damage dealer for glass cannon? Well, that's not right. That shouldn't be checking the damage of the damage dealer. Here we can do glass cannon, because this is the only one that is on the player, right? Because this is basically the received damage information. This is the damage dealer local section. Also, this is damage dealer. Also, this damage. I don't know why this is separate. Oh, because I need to get the AC abilities on this one. Yes. So here, here, we need to do get character reference. Oh, get AC abilities. Also, why am I doing get component class? Get AC abilities. I just have the reference to it. I don't need to do that. That seems silly. That's better. Well, if we're doing that, let's put it here. Just make it this easy. That should still work fine. We're gonna double check, but that should still work fine. We're gonna clean this though. Clean it, clean everything. I wish I kept my, like, the world around me as clean as I do some of these blueprints. I'll be honest. There was, I don't know if so much as a saying, but where I was, there was always kind of a saying where there's two kinds of people. People with messy rooms and clean computers, and people with messy computers and clean rooms. Usually, it's not both in either direction. I don't know about usually, but from my personal experience, that was also the case. And I don't know why. I have always been the messy room, clean computer guy. I'm not saying that's good. Why am I commenting on this? I don't need to comment this. Actually, sure. Okay, so let's see if things will work. Okay, so damage boost we'll check out as well, just to make sure that we didn't break it. Great, it's working. Now, glass cannon. 250, 450% more damage. Wait. Oh, no, I need to check. It is the damage dealer I need to check against. It is the damage dealer I need to check against. Not the local. I was right at the beginning, and then I psyched myself out, basically. Glass cannon. Oh, I think it's both. I think I need to do in both directions. Yeah, because it has to be both. Because if the damage dealer has glass cannon, they will do more damage. And if the receiver has glass cannon, they will take more damage. That can stack. So it actually is gonna need to go in both. We're about to do and take a lot of damage. $82.5 and now hit me. 5. Why did you only do 5 damage to me? Okay, you're missing. What? Why am I only taking 5? Oh, because I duplicated, but I didn't put back. It's character reference. That's important. Let's do 400, 600, 800, 1,000 extra damage. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I took 55. Yay, it works. Kill me. Yes. Yes. See, now we're good. Now we get to kill and be killed faster. And that's great. How's the values on this though? 100, 150, 200, 350 at the highest curse tier, but it stacks if you want to get multiple. I'm tempted to go crazy and say 500. I'm tempted to do 500 for the cursed tier. Because it's blast cannon, right? And then tier 3 can be 300 and then 200. 100, 200, 300, and curse tier is 500. Yeah. That will make it so you can do a lot more damage, but it will become very difficult to survive. But theoretically, if you use glass cannon and you picked up all of the best armor protections, it might be fine. Like if you use that with glass cannon and lifesteal, oh man. Yeah, glass cannon with lifesteal and the armor theoretically would be a very powerful combination. Because, right, you would mitigate a lot of the extra damage you take. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to balance it right now. That'd be silly. One day. Okay, the black hole and shockwave attacks. As fun as these have been, you know, I feel like it shouldn't affect the player. Or the damage dealer, rather. What I'm talking about is these, right? If I give myself the shockwave, right, everything gets knocked back in a small radius. The area should increase, really. But a couple of things. I'm thinking that we change it so it doesn't always knock back. And it's going to increase the radius, but it's also not going to affect the player. Because the player then will have more control over the situation, which I like. So, let's take care of some things then. We'll start with the black hole. Let's say 100 is not far enough by default. Let's say 250, 500, 750, 1000. That's gonna be this, and then here will be the same thing. 250, 500, 750, 1000. They can stack, so you can have theoretically up to 2500 in distance, which is gonna be quite a bit. Now, pull in all, instead of characters, it'll be enemies within an additional blank units towards the impact point. But we want to give it a chance of this happening. Well, chance of it happening means you don't have control over it. I mean, that might be fine, honestly. Because I was thinking the alternative is what? That it's like every X attacks? That's, I mean, that's not much better. So let's do that. We'll do a variable 2% chance of pulling in all enemies within an additional blank units towards the impact point. And I'm gonna specify melee and projectile only. That's probably a good thing to specify. That might be too long of a thing, but we'll see. So I think the chance of it happening will stay the same. We probably will make a 25% chance on everything except the cursed tier. And the cursed tier will say 50. No, that's gonna make it too broken. Let's keep it on 25. So let's see what this is gonna look like on the card. 25. Oh. %. 25% chance of pulling in all enemies within an additional 250 units towards the impact point. Melee and projectile attacks only. Ooh, okay. So this is where orbiting orbs technically is not a projectile. In this scenario. So we actually need to make orbiting orbs stop being affected by multi-attack. Okay, I'm gonna change it to a spell. Because it starts being weird with this. Okay. So to do that, let's go here. So this is no longer going to grab this multi-attack. Which means here, when we do the multi-attack, we no longer need this multi-attack here. Nice. We have shrunk this switch statement. Very nice. And then, but still, on the orbiting orbs, on this guy, right here. Oh, it is already set to spell. Oh, good job, me. Good job past me. Somehow you actually set something to spell that made sense to be a spell. And now we have melee and projectile attacks only. Now make more sense. Okay. So we need to do something similar. So we're going to just copy this of this. Of pushing, instead of characters, enemies away and additional blank units from the impact point. Melee and projectile attacks only. And we'll do the same thing here, 25% chance. Not additive. Oh, and percent. Yeah, okay. That's going to be a lot better, I think. So now, for the... Do I still have the projectile set up here? No. Let's close some of the stuff. Aura, yeah, we can close you. Oh yeah, here it is, projectile base. So over here, we have control over the projectile version. So this you only spawn 25% or 25% of the time, but we need to know specifically how much that is. So owning actor, get AC abilities, get card power values, perfect. Already is already there. This is going to be Black Hole Mini and Shockwave Mini. Which one's which? Pull, push. Pull is you, so you need to be. This is the chance. So branch. So all we're gonna do is random float in range between 0 and 100. As long as this value is less than or equal to this value, then we do it. And we'll do the same thing here. And I'll use a different random float in range because I believe, although no, it should randomize twice, I think, with different values if you had both. I think it should just no, if I recall correctly, this results in the same value for both. If I recall correctly. I could be wrong, but just playing it safe, I guess. Okay, so that's gonna actually make the effect, but we still need to then here pull in, push out. Oh, is this not? Oh, there's an event graph. Oh, it does the gravity ability on character base. Gravity. Here it is. So it does this. Okay. Push out. Why do they say both push out? Oh, gravity object versus other object. What you talking about? Doing gravity object versus other object. Hold on. wait. What other objects did I have? Other actor. This is gravity object. I don't think I have anything for other actor. I think at one point I wanted to, but I don't think I actually set anything up for it. So, do I even need this other actor? I guess we'll know. You know how we can know? If we can delete this, compile.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Delete all of this. Yeah, I'm not using it anywhere else. There you go. So all is good. Yeah. I'm glad we're kind of improving all these power-ups. They're making them feel more substantial, which is good. They were definitely lacking. And I had a feeling they were lacking, but the fact that we're improving them, increasing like all their efficiency now, makes them just feel a lot better, for sure. So I'm glad for that. Why is this a push out? Oh, because this is pull in is very easy because it's just the location of the object. Push out needs to calculate the distance and all that. Right. Things make sense when you think about it. There we go. But the problem is, not really the problem. Here on the gravity base. Oh, I have the owning character. So I want to check if this is here. If this is not equal to each other. Then we do this. There we go. That should take care of that. So that way we only affect everyone else. Let's find out if this works. If we have a shockwave. No, I got shot a lot. Oh god, that's gonna be a whole thing. Why am I still getting shot up to there? Oh. It helps to connect things. It helps to connect things. I guess call it a mini shockwave. I've now made the shockwave considerably. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, so now what we need to do is implement an interrupt. Oh god, I have to implement an interrupt. Let's try the black hole one. Yep, that works. Cool, so that works really nicely. But we need to make it so if they get pushed back. Also, that happened every time I hit them. Do I have a 25% chance right now? Did I mess up? Knock back. Knock back. Okay, this is definitely not a 25% chance. That is definitely seems like a 100% chance. Hey, Nomi, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Why is this not a 25%? Oh, because it's on melee. Oops. I implemented the chance on the projectile, not on the melee. A little bit different. Alright, so freeze aspect. On mail, where do I have? This whole jump thing can go away. We removed jump. We're not putting back jump. It wouldn't be here. It'd be here. Trying to think. Where is... Here. Aha, found it. We found it. And then we get damage dealer. What? Damage tart. Oh, I need to know who the damage dealer is. Oh, the damage dealer is the character reference. So, okay. So I guess, yeah, this is fine. It's 5 a.m. where you are? You're very awake already, so that's a good sign for today, I guess? I mean, as long as you got enough rest, yes, I agree. But if you didn't get enough rest, I recommend getting some more sleep. Sleepy time, best time, honestly. Definitely get some rest if you feel like you need to. Or take a nap later on in the day. You know? Nothing wrong with a good nap. I actually had a nap earlier today. I had a 30-minute nap during my lunch. Because I woke up pretty early today. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go lie down. I mean, it helps that I'm work from home, but... You know? Where are you? Shockwave! Okay, we've showed 25% chance now. No, didn't hit it back. Yeah, hit back. Hit back. Did not. Hit back. Did not. Did not. Did not. Yay! Okay, seems like it's working. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. But when we do this, we need an interrupt. If they're in the middle of an attack and they get interrupted, we need them to stop what they're doing. What's the best way of doing that? Movement zone, transitional health, jump to attack target, jump attack. So it's gonna do all of this. Oh yeah, then it's gonna do you. So here, really I need to do a check here. I need to have some kind of event happen. That cancels this. It cancels it and then does something else. So let's do a custom event here. Interrupt. So when we do interrupt, you take the jump to attack target timer, clear and validate it in case it's being used. Then we do resume animation if it's not resumed, and then go to state tree and restart logic. That theoretically should work. What it might result is the arrow being kept. So what we can do is get attack arrow decal if it's valid. I can do it after, make it easier. Then destroy it. You can't wait to be fluent in blueprints? It's surprisingly relatively simple. The nice thing about blueprints is if you don't know what something does, or what something is used for, you can just drag out and see by context. So for example, if I drag out of this, because I'm context sensitive, I can be like, oh, what can this do? Well, there's a whole combat. It can do all these messages, right? I'd be like, okay, what's a component? It can do a component things. These take this input, you know. I can just look through them. I just be like, okay, what can I do? Like, what does this plug into? I just be like, I want to know if this thing works with like materials or whatever it is, right? And you can see, like, is there a material section? Or then you can search like material. Oh, it does. It has like some stuff that works with material, right? Now I've picked a variable, which makes it very, you know, specific of like what it can do. But like if you had something a little more like here, right? So for example, on component head here, if I drag out other actor, I'm like, okay, well it's other actor, so I probably could do something with actors. What are things I can do with an actor? Well, I can check if an actor has a tag. I can destroy the actor. I can get the actor's timeline. I can get the child actors of it. I can get components of it. So not just by looking and just reading through this list that I know this is other actor is of type actor. I'd be like, oh, what can it do as an actor? And obviously it has a bunch of other stuff because like it also connects to other stuff. If I want to, I'm like, how does this work with an input section? I can like just look into it. But that's the beauty of blueprints, is you can just drag out, and as long as context sensitive is on, you're like, oh, apparently I can check if this actor has a tag. Cool. Now I can check that. And then if you detach context sensitive, you get access to more, but the chance of it matching is harder, but you get access for things like is player controlled. And this will just, oh, wrong one. It is player controlled. Oh, it's because I'm doing off of hit, not overlap component. I can do get instigator. Wrong one. There's always two. The actor instigator. And then is player control is there. But now I can be like, if I found this, then from here I can check other stuff, right? Is AI controlled, or is controlled, is bot controlled, is locally controlled, is pawn controlled, is player controlled. So you just check and have a branch basically, and to figure out how you want to do it. But yeah, the beauty of blueprints is being able to drag and context sensitive. Just like look through stuff when starting out. I have a bunch more in that list because I have components and I have plugins and other stuff. But starting out, great place. Play around with it. They're definitely blueprints encourage playing around. You're not gonna find like tutorials on specific blueprints, but I think that's fine. I don't think you really need to. Actually, I want this interrupt probably on... I want this interrupt as a blueprint interface. Probably. Or... Yeah, absolutely. No problem. I'm trying to think. Where's the gravity attack? Or is the gravity? Is it under utility? Where is it? Right there. So it is itself a interface. Can I do this? Event gravity ability. Call to parent function. Yes, yes. Do whatever the parent does. And then also do this. Let's see if we can get it to work. So what should happen is, if they're about to attack me and I hit them and knock them back, they should stop the attack. Okay, well, I need to trigger. Yes! The attack stopped. The attack stopped. Ooh, okay, they need to, oh, this needs to be, if it's only valid. Yeah, convert to valid get, if it is valid. Destroy it, thank you. And then also here, oh yeah, here it's already valid. What I need to stop him from doing is the attacking. Is it not checking that it's on the ground? Combat melee. Player in sight. No. Moving on ground. I'm gonna check that is moving on ground to be true for melee combat. It'll be the default. I don't think I'm gonna need to use melee in non-melee combat. Sorry, grounded combat. Okay. There we go. After he makes it to the ground, I think it's fine. If they want to, like, do an attack like that. Why he do... Why are they doing attacks now without the arrow? Why is he doing attacks without the arrow? That's not good. What's going on? What happened? I don't have a check that says, hey, do I have a decal? It just tells it to spawn the decal. Let's see what's going on. Again, why were they able to do that attack? Oh, because I'm not doing it for the non-hold attack. I think that was the non-hold attack. Okay. Okay, prints, that's good. Just gonna check that these are still working. Yeah, okay. Seems like it's working. I think the problem is just that combat. Oh no, combat melee on here. I have it moving on ground. Oh, I probably need to put it here. If it's inside and moving on ground, or this and moving on ground. I think I need to do this. So that way it's in sight and moving on ground, or that's it. I don't know how this will work. I'm sure I'll be fine. Well, basically, if it fixes the problem, then it's in order. If it doesn't fix the problem, then okay, like, yeah. So it didn't fix the problem. Why did that not fix the problem? How is he doing that? How is he doing that? Try select children in order. Okay, let me delete the is moving on ground. Here. Let's put moving on ground here. And moving on ground here. Yeah. This is all correct. Everything checks out. So, what's the problem with you guys? Why? How are you able to do that? And now nobody was able to do that. You know what I can do? Oh no, that was better. That was definitely better. Why? Why? What's going on? What is going on? Welcome back, Leo. How go things? How go things? What can cause that? It's definitely the jump attack. But I'm telling it to override. What we can do also is, just in case, set velocity to 0. Enough for today. Tomorrow you shall continue. Nice. You happy with the progress? That's important. Okay, that seemed okay. Yeah, I need this to trigger. He did it from the air. How is he doing it from the air? How the hell is he doing it from there? What the shit? Let me get rid of both of these. I have only one. Turn on the debugger. See what the hell's going on. Oh, oops, I need to debugging the wrong thing, so it's not working. I should debug you. Can we please shockwave? Seriously? I didn't trigger it a single time during that test. Good. Thanks, Unreal. Thanks for the RNG. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, well, he behaved this time, so that has actually helped me. I need him to not behave. For me to figure out the problem, I need him to not behave.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Why is he behaving now? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. He didn't behave. Perfect. And we can debug that. We'll debug after the ads. I'll be right back while ads are going, actually. I'm back. Welcome back, Guts. So apparently the Starburst flavors weren't doing very well. They're already off the shelves. They're already off the shelves. Because like I was checking like a few days ago, I was like, man, it still like looks full. I don't think people are very interested in the Starburst flavor of sparkling ice. I don't blame them. Like infinitely more calories, way too like chemically tasting. Because it's Starburst of all things. Okay. So what's going on here? So here, when it restarted, it failed enum compare and then did here, and it said it's moving on the ground. What? Well, how did it get is moving on the ground to be true? How did that return true in his case? You know what I probably need to do? You know, instead of what we can do, that probably will solve the problem, is this restart logic. I'm going to delay it. I'm going to delay it. Actually, no. I'm going to do start logic after 0.2 seconds, but it also will stop the logic. And then what I can do here is wait for him to be on the ground and then restart the logic, actually, instead of the delay. Was the flavor a Starburst? I mean, there was a few. There was like strawberry, there was like an orange one. But it, like, the flavor was like, they did a good job recreating the flavor of Starburst. I just don't want to drink Starburst. Like, I don't buy this to drink, like, candy. It has a mild flavor, which I like. You know? That's kind of the main one. And then unbind event from landed delegate. So let's see if this helps. All we want is for him to not do his attacks, basically, not do anything while he's in the air. Yeah, I know I have 25%. Okay. Thanks, Unreal. I know I had a 25% chance, but if you don't give me any of the hits to trigger this is not going to help. Excuse me? Is it not doing this now? Today's pain is this. Today's pain is this. God damn it. Look, I know I can make it 100% chance, but I have, like, statistically speaking, it should happen more than what it is, okay? Statistically speaking. Oh, I see the problem. The problem is, as always, I am stupid. Again, it helps when you plug things in. I keep saying that, and maybe one day I will listen to myself. Probably not. But maybe one day I will listen to myself. Yeah, we'll have more of them. Okay, that looked good. No, they're not. That actually looked really good. Wait, he just did an attack from the air. I was looking at the print strings. What was that? What was that? Why did he just yeet himself? How did he yeet himself? What possible force was forced upon his body to make him just fly out into space? Why? What if I delay until next tick? Actually, what if I get the movement component, set velocity to 0, and then we start the logic? It shouldn't matter about this at all, because the actual enemy has override X, Y, and Z all checked. But from experience, it means nothing. Yeah, he had to go. It's very rude to leave early. You know, you don't want to, leave in 10 minutes. It's you can appear like you don't like the party. Okay, that was good. Okay, good. Good. I think, as always, the extra tick of delay solves all your problems. It is such a great node. Not as good as the print string, but... Yes! Okay. I think it's fixed now. No, it's... Fuck. God damn it. Ah! Why? Why did he just fly out like that? Why? How? Is it a new power-up? No, it's the same shockwave black hole power-ups. I'm just fixing them. Why? Like, it's mostly good, right? Like it was just good then. What was the... Is it good to push enemies backwards when you're melee? Well, you could pull them in. I'm just testing with the shockwave power up. And you just don't get the power up if you're melee. Did he get knocked back? Okay. Okay. Can we please get a knockback? Oh my god. Okay, looks good. Was he on the ground? Okay, someone rewind. Was he on the ground? Well, no, he went too far either way. So that was wrong. No matter what, it was wrong because he went too far and he didn't even do his, like, why? Why are they like this? How are they like this? It's awful when you push enemies away and have to keep chasing them? Yeah, well, I'm using the shockwave power-up. So I'm using the power-up that pushes enemies away. Obviously, this is not good for melee. It's good for ranged, if it's good for projectiles. And if it's not good for projectiles, then don't use it in either case. But you have the option to. Right. You have the power. Why is... So this didn't help. This didn't help. I say delayed help fixed all the problems, but I never added the delay until next tick. Oh yeah, I understood I understood that. Yeah, that all made perfect sense. Why? Right there, right? He was not on the ground. How did he do that? How is he doing that? Why is it checking, saying he's on the ground? What the shit? Okay. I want to flip a table. Actually, why did this even trigger? This shouldn't have triggered. Why is it even happening? This should only happen on landed delegates. This happens... He might be on the ground when this happens. So, what if... I wait a single tick here. First. And then I do this. I mean, maybe I need to just add another frame of delay and to give him a chance to be like in the air. Unreal. So Unreal's frozen. Oh, thank God. Oh, God. It's just messing with me. It can sense my dread. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. But that means nothing, as we've learned. Round 2. If we can make it through, like, I'd say 3 rounds with no issues, I think we'll be okay. How? How? How are they doing this? I stop the logic. Is it because... Hold on. Is it because... No, I canceled the timer. I stopped the timer. I was like, maybe it's still shooting them because of the time. No, I stopped the timer. Yeah, it's always the same. It's always the attack. That's like, maybe it's because the timer's triggering, or this is triggering, but it shouldn't be. This can jump attack. Hold on. Can act. Character movement. Is. Hold on. Is moving on ground. There's this one. And then nav movement one. Yeah, so let's do this. I'll just put it in here. Spoken like a shallow hater, Kev. Shallow's a character in Genshin, isn't it? Is that the Shao you're talking about? Yep. Okay. He plunges down, pushes lightweight enemies around. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, he does that. I don't think I've ever had him when I played, but I think I was playing when he came out, or paying attention when he came out. I don't remember, one of the two. Also, you might want to knock enemies back with an attack if you have like an aura thing, and if you're getting surrounded. Maybe your main source of damage is there. I think we fixed it finally. If your main source of damage is projectile, obviously, maybe you want to push enemies back. If your main source of damage is something other than attacking, right? There's multiple reasons why you might want this. Specifically to knock back. Obviously, we have the one that pulls in. It's just easier to test with the one that pushes back. But seems like we're finally fixed. They haven't done a single time through all this. Oh yeah, that was great. That was great tests. Yeah, this guy okay? Why is this guy not okay? Why is his animation still paused? Why is his animation still paused? We were doing so well. We were doing so well. Yeah, I think we no longer need to do this, though. I think we can bypass this and probably bypass this. Now. Was it the attack? Ask me. Yeah. The one you asked about, it was a new power-up? Is that what you're talking about? What's the specific question you're talking about? Because no, it's not a new power-up. It's the same one we had before. I'm just making it properly work. I just want things to work properly. Okay. Statistically speaking, I guess screw statistics. I wish I took a statistics class. Never did. There was never a statistics class where I went to school. Why is that one frozen still? Okay, can I just know why he's still frozen? Okay. Maybe it's because two things are happening on the same frame. So what we can do is, just delay until next tick here, and then resume animation. Maybe it's because somehow he's triggering the freeze and the unfreeze on the same frame, and the order messes up. So if we delay it a single tick, maybe that will fix the problem. Enemies coming back to attack looked like they were trying to hit while in the air and came back to finish the attack. Yeah, that's what was happening. I still understand why it was happening. And he asked if it was and yeah, I answered it. You might have missed it, but yeah, it always is like that. So I knew like it was because of the attack, but I put in like checks to make sure they're on the ground to be able to attack, but that wasn't helping. And until I added a check for it in the attack cycle, because basically they were entering it mid, right? They were mid attack, they got pushed back, but I didn't have that check that pushes them forward to check if they're still on the ground. And now I have that in, so that's why they're no longer doing it. But now we just need to fix this animation problem. And assuming the animation problem is fixed, then we should be good. Stagger status would be more useful, not in gameplay, but for logic purposes. We have a stun. So the problem, like the death one, right? Why? Right? This guy. This guy's broken. How? I have a death thing, right? And we've seen how much of a pain I've struggled with the death. State trees and like being able to just set it to like a certain state and just keep that state for some reason isn't the easiest thing in the world. I don't know why, but it's not. Well, I'm turning off the entire AI. I basically say, when this happens, stop the AI until they land. The only thing that continues is the animation. But for some reason, the animation doesn't continue properly. Sometimes. So that's the odd thing. I'm trying to see if I can spot any, like when they... I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can spot any like specific time, like when the animation or what they're doing, maybe mid animation, if it matters. It's all fine then. You do like a status because it's modular. You can apply for future stuff. Well, this is modular in terms of like I can knock him back now less. And I have status stuff for certain like dots, but that wasn't good. Why he do that? But I don't think that was related. Can we please? It's a distant. Where's the I'm Shockwave. Always true. I'm done. I'm done with this. Always true. If you get them petrified for some reason, they're on the floor, but you can set to staggered and have them. Oh yeah, I get all that. Yeah. I've just been having too many issues with the death just not sticking even. That's why. What happened to him? Why he do that? He's not supposed to launch himself and not have an arrow. Oh, that one. Hold on, I think that one was frozen for a moment.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
No one's being frozen, which is good. For now. Like, it seems like it's working, but why was it freezing occasionally? Odd. Odd. Yeah, once I figure out the freaking problem with the death stuff, yeah, I will do that, good guts. The problem is, for some reason, right, when he goes to the death tree, that should be infinite and should be like doing nothing, which could work for a stun. They still don't go to that tree when I need them to and stay in that tree, or they just don't go to the tree. I'm not sure what's happening. But it's not like it's just there perfectly. And because of that, I'm not using that version. And I don't know if it's a bug with state trees or what. No, I agree with you, Good Guts. I would do it the way you're describing, absolutely. Does a switch work if it doesn't have a default pin for nothing? If it doesn't meet either condition, does it fail the switch? How could it have neither? Well, I believe so. I believe it fails it. I mean, what can it choose? It can't choose anything. What are you using a switch that could fail? What options are you doing? Because if you do like switch on enum, it'll automatically populate like all of the like right. Why? Okay, why is he frozen? If the switch is against the gameplay tag, if you switch on gameplay tag and then you don't have a gameplay tag output, then it doesn't do anything. It just ignores it. Yeah, things are just not working the way I want. I don't understand. And I don't understand because they're going through the same logic. He's frozen because it's cold, dummy. Man, if only I was smarter to realize that. Give it 2 ticks of delay. Like, they're no longer launching at me theoretically. Most times. Nope, still frozen. I know why it's freezing. I know why it's freezing. I can fix that. Get anim instance all stop all animation overrides, just go back to default. The reason it's happening, I just figured it out, is because my stuff is all modular. So what happens is you play the animation, and when it gets to a certain part of the animation, then it pauses for that attack, and then after a certain time, right, it resumes. That's how it's set up. The problem becomes, right, is if I knock him back before he got to that frame, so basically he gets to the pause after he has resumed everything. So he finishes the animation and then he's there. So what I just did is told it to stop that from happening. It doesn't call interrupt anim. No, it didn't before. Now it does. Because I was like, oh, we can just knock him back. He can just attack mid-air. Is that an option to interrupt on a montage? Yeah. I did stop. I interrupted a montage basically now. But that's why it was happening. And I think that would be the same in both scenarios. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be any different. Either one you did. So now theoretically, you should no longer freeze the animation because the animation or the override gets reset, whatever it is. And then he does not get launched when he's dead. Right? If I kill this guy, I don't think he gets launched. Yeah, he doesn't get launched, which is great. That's what I want. But this seems like it's actually working properly. Right, ideally, you'll probably be using it with this. But if we go now with the melee version that you probably want to use, which is the black hole version, pull enemies in. There. So now it pulls them in. Also 25% chance. There we go. Yay! It works. I'll need to revisit the AI for these guys, but God damn. Now to just trigger and fix the heat ability. Yeah, I think we'll need to fix the AI a little bit, but the main thing is we now fixed up 2 more power-ups. The distance might be a little high. I increased the amount of distance, but I think I might have increased it too high. So let's tone down a little bit. Let's do 500, 350, 200, and then curse will be 750. Because it does stack. So, actually, if it stacks, this should be 500 max. 400, 300. Let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. If it didn't stack, that would be different, but the stacks. So you'd be able to pull, theoretically, if you got all 3, then it would pull in from quite far. Or push back quite far. But the nice thing now is, unlike before, it only affects enemies. It no longer affects absolutely everything. There we go. That was actually a good distance for tier 3 by default. Yeah. It interrupts them when it pulls them in. It's a 25% chance of this happening. I might reduce the chance of it happening. It might be too much still. Maybe I'll put it at 20%, honestly. Every 5 hits effectively, roughly. Because I don't want it to just completely mess things up. Because if you're constantly pulling in, right, or pushing out and it's interrupting the attack, then you don't want it to just be like, oh, well, just, they can't ever do anything. So let's have it at 20% for now. Because I don't know a better way of doing it. I don't want to do like a cooldown per enemy. And then I'd rather do a cooldown for the player. But I didn't want to do like a time cooldown. I mean, I could do a time cooldown. But that didn't seem like... Then you're like always looking at the time cooldown or the attack cooldown, right? So I just didn't feel like that was the better option. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a random chance. And then we can control the random chance. And then we should be good. Toxicora. That should be an easy test. I think Toxicora is working last time I checked. We did this because we checked it with the increase and decrease radius. Yes. There's their health going down. And we also checked it with Culling Strike. All that good stuff. Yay. We've gone through actually 10 abilities today to like check and fix up, which is great. Would it get annoying if it randomly pulled in what you want versus not wanting it? Well, here's the thing. It's a power up you can choose to take, or do you choose not to take, right? It's not like all of a sudden you'll start pulling or pushing enemies away without any kind of warning. You made the conscious decision that you want to take this card, or you didn't want to take this card. Or power up, I mean. All right. It will not work on bosses. You will not be able to knock bosses back or pull them in. This is purely for regular mobs. I believe it's already set up that way. I should check. But if you're choosing to do it and it doesn't do it, that feels off. I agree with you, Leo. If you can think of a good way of giving the player control of when it happens, I'm all for it. What I could do, and this is an option, but I don't know how much I like this option, is remove it from the power-up pool and make it an active item. And then you can activate it on demand. But then it's no longer a power-up that... Yeah. You can do... I could make it an active item instead. And then you can activate it. Yeah, then I can make it so you activate it, and then once it's active, it stays active until it's triggered, then it gets deactivated. And you can get a power icon. Yeah, that's a good idea. Then you can control when it happens. Yeah, putting it as an active item is a good idea. Hey, Ancient Link, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that you like the way I explain things. I try my best. I know some people say it's too fast, but other people are like, thank you for cutting things out. It's one of those things where you can't please everyone. Feels like a slight disconnect when you choose it, but it doesn't work in the... Yeah, I agree. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll put it on... I'll remove it from the power-up pool. Hey, Dash, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Look... Anubhav? Like, just trying to pronounce it, I'm like, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, so I'm like, Dash. It's Dash. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, good guys, we're talking about instead of the percent chance of the effect happening, instead it would be those would not be power-ups, they would be active items. So you can choose when they activate and not activate. Like, you just activate and then the next attack is a knockback or a pull-in. So yeah, we'll set that up tomorrow. That is definitely, I think, a better suggestion. It's pronounced differently in India. I'm not surprised. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with Dash. You have Dash in the name, unless you mean Dash is pronounced differently. Then I'm just screwed. Then I got nothing. That's a great change. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, because I couldn't think of like a better way of doing it, but if we remove from the card pool, the power up pool, then it will allow us to do what we want. Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. The thing then would be, if it's on the if it's on the active item pool, I would want it to also work on bosses then. Because every other active item works on bosses. So we could make it so it'll work on bosses as well. in that case. Which just it'll add as an interrupt and an effect. I think that's fine. I don't want to do a debuff, Leo, because debuffs are not great on. You can't do per hit because you can do multiple projectiles potentially, and you just trigger it, like hit an enemy 3 times in the single like second, basically. And also you could potentially because you could shotgun basically, and a lot of times regular mobs might die in 2 or 3 hits, so it becomes pointless. Leo doing all the hard work. See, no, hold on. Leo's doing all the hard work, and you're coming in and being like, "Oh yeah, I agree with Leo." Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You just solved the other issue? I mean, yes and no, but let's go with it. Sure, you solved the other issue. Oh, you're good, Dash. If you want to look at the development, every month I publish a devlog on the YouTube channel. There's an entire playlist of it. Or if you'd like to see the devlog journey, you could watch the entire thing. It's pretty short videos, one a month, showing kind of the general changes that I've made and how the game has changed over time. Because I was talking about specifically this thing. Just so we're clear, I was talking about specifically today on this thing. I'm not talking about in general. No one's talking about the past. We're talking specifically about this one thing. Remember the cards were only text? Remember when we had no cards? Do you remember there was just no cards? There used to be a time when there was no deck building at all. Man, the days. The days are crazy. You clearly discounted his entire contribution.
This guy stinks!
I'm sorry for disappointing. But yes, I was talking specifically this interaction. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific. We'll continue having some more fun. We'll set up the active items. Yay! We'll set up the active items, and then continue on. We made good progress. We fixed up and changed up 10 power-ups today, which is great. Oh yeah, I'll be doing that, Leo. And yeah, hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.